My name is Mandy Monk. I am the Chief People Officer for the People Advisors. It's a consulting business focused on hospitality and other industries.
What was your first hourly job?
Brahms, ice cream.
Yeah, what do you love about it?
I love Tuesday night inventory because we got to taste all the ice cream.
What do you love about your current job?
Oh, I love helping people and leaving a legacy,
Yeah,
making an impact not only on a business, but on people, even if it's just one.
making an impact on people better than ice cream. Rich, I love it. So, what happened in between Brahms and now? Tell me a little bit about your journey.
Wow. So my journey was different than most people in the HR space or workforce management space. So I started out in IT. So I was a network engineer and programmer for an insurance company,
I'm understanding so much more with that statement.
and then a CIO for 7 years.
Wow.
So we custom built a claims paying system for this insurance company, or I custom built with a partner. And somebody had to teach the people how to use the system. And I fell in love with training and helping people.
Yeah.
And so I then went into technical training and then ran a business with that. I went back into the corporate world and then got all kinds of experience with performance management and talent. And then really started my journey with Yum Brands and learning the franchise world and learning impacting 1 million employees worldwide and 5 brands and my love and passion for restaurants and all things people focused. So, and then it just grew from there.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't think I knew about your technical background, but you are so analytical and so data driven. Yes, I completely see it.
So many people say, you don't say the same things other HR people say. I was like, is that good?
Your brain works a little different.
It works
Yeah.
a little different.
Different. No, that gives you such a dynamic perspective. That's fantastic.
And having owned 2 businesses of my own, it's really also very business centric. So I really connect with the operations side of the world and understanding bottom line and not the fluffy stuff, right? The fluffy stuff is great, but that's typically a lagging indicator instead of a leading indicator. So how do we get in front of stuff? And how do we keep it simple? Like, my industry is not really that complicated.
Yeah.
We just make it complicated.
So we're at the Workforce Management in QSR and Fast Casual Summit in Dallas right now. There's been a lot of ideas shared. There's been incredible learning opportunities. I've sat through a bazillion sessions I have so many pages of notes. What are you seeing the restaurant industry trend towards?
I think they're coming back to people,
Yeah.
internal, right? I think they're back to values. I think they're back to mission and purpose. I think they're back to who are we? I think a lot of restaurants lost their identity, especially through COVID, through all of the changes. And they're trying to say, we're trying to be everything to everyone versus who really are. And that really starts with your purpose and your mission and driving that. And that gets down to your people and your guests and investors or whoever. And I think I think it's really coming back full force to that.
Yeah. Want to go reread Simon Sinek's Start with Why. Exactly. That is, but I think I absolutely agree. I'm hearing that over and over while I'm here when I'm speaking with individual brands on when people are on stage. I'm hearing that, hey, we have to remember this is the hospitality and that's where we start. Without that, we're nothing. Okay? And people drive it.
Right. I think one of the sessions that we attended with Bartaco, Anthony, the CEO, said, we're not just guests, we're not just team members, or we're not just investors, we're all of those things. And we have to be transparent, and our communication, it really has to be spot on. But if you pull all those 3 things together, which most people don't do, right, that's where the beauty is, right? It's in that matrix of those 3 things together.
Yes. Yeah. No, I loved his session. I did too. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's the how. I think most people and restaurant operators want to turn it tomorrow. And that's, their speed, right? They're competitive and it's all about how fast can we make that happen. And those things, the values, the purpose, the mission, combining those 3 things doesn't always happen overnight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You have had a beautiful career. You continue to have a beautiful career. For someone who maybe is starting their first shift at Brahms or anywhere in the life cycle, if they wanted to know about your journey and maybe get some advice from you. Would you be okay with that?
Absolutely.
How might they reach out to you?
Through LinkedIn
Okay.
is the perfect place. I have people reach out all the time who are like, can I just talk to you?"
Yeah.
Right? I would tell you it's about being flexible and always challenging yourself, taking some risk, and that it's not really a ladder. Uh, I call it the jumble jump, right? Some people go, "What's a jumble jump? I didn't have that." But it's like all over the place. But as long as you are learning, as long as you are a lifelong learner and you are going through every experience and you've taken something away from that, you've won and you've been successful.
I love that. Yeah. All right. Well, what about people can reach out if they want a little career advice or a little mentorship? What about on the consulting side? You have incredible knowledge to share. And I know tons of businesses who would critically benefit from your input. If they have questions for you, how should they reach out?
Yeah, same. Either through LinkedIn, through you, through Connect. Most of the business that I've gotten over the last decade has been word of mouth.
Yeah.
Right. So talent strategy, but how does that tie to the operations business? How does that tie to IT? How does it tie to finance? Right. My focus has been not just working with chief people officers, but working with CEOs who are, how do I transform this business? How do I get us moving in the right direction? How do I get accountability? How do I drive, all the things really that tie to that, that are more than what your typical HR person is really going to talk about. And so most of it comes through word of mouth, but my cell is out there, my email address is out there, all the things, and being able to connect. Just happy to have conversations and start the conversation and see if we're a fit.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think so for organizations that are still struggling to remember their why, right? I think you could definitely point them in the right direction. I think organizations that are trying to figure out the how, right? I shared during my session during the restaurant priority report 2025, we got definitive data proving that for the first time in my career anyways, the entire restaurant industry, every single department is unified behind workforce and making sure workforce is exactly where it needs to be. So like this is the time to make some people changes. Exactly. Figure out how we're going to strategize. So yeah, I think I would love to see your how in more organizations.
So, well, thank you. I do too. I'm excited about that because it really is about how do we make them better, right? How do we help them grow? How do we help them move the needle? Sometimes it's a little needle, but it has a great big impact, right? Sometimes it's low hanging fruit and it's simple, but they just don't have that outside view to be able to see how to move it forward. Sometimes they don't know the how to get there. And so we can give them those pieces from an advisory perspective or a thought leadership, or we can help them with the execution. Like there's so many different ways that we can help, but it doesn't all have to be a ton of time and it doesn't all have to be all at once either. So it's a good place to be, good time. And yes, people seem to be more focused in the right place with workforce that continues to change.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Awesome.